Hi everyone, and welcome back to Skyrim Forever. Lucette the Unlucky. And yeah, she looks like a vampire, but she's not quite a vampire yet. In fact, we killed a bunch of vampires and, took their clothes. It's like kind of a badass way to walk around. The villagers, they're not sure. Maybe you are a vampire, or if not, you definitely killed one. So anyone out there killing vampires is not to be messed with, right? Alright, we're just gonna do a little save here, and I'm kind of a save spammer. Well, one of the reasons is sometimes the game crashes and you have to go back, but also I don't like redoing things, but sometimes, you gotta go back and go down and right over a previous save, so I don't have like 100 saves in the game. Alright, and we are also an alchemist, so we're going around collecting flowers and butterflies. Alright, so we're leaving the small town of Morthal and we're heading back to Solitude. We have a bunch of loot we need to sell and a few errands to run too, I think. It's been a while since I played this, but alright. So it's a long way, even though Solitude is kind of just up the way. You got to go around a lake, so it takes a little while. But first we're going to level up, increase our magicka because we don't have any. We're at level 2. We just started this game. This is our first level up. And so we are probably going to go into Conjuration or perhaps Alchemy, because those are the two things we're using the most. So let's stick with Alchemy, which, okay, the way I'm playing this game, I'm not trying to max out my stats or anything like that. And one of the things that's a little weird about choosing Alchemy as your first perk is that it's not really going to help me at all right now. It might make my potions a little bit stronger, which might give me a few more gold pieces when I sell them, or work a little bit better when I use them. But that's not a huge strategic advantage early game. I probably should have put my point into something like Destruction, which I am using also.
Hand over your valuables.
All right, well, we got to fight. Speaking of Destruction, we have the lightning spell ready in our left hand, and we're gonna try to reason with this guy. Do I look like I have money? I'm picking butterflies and flowers to sell.
Gold.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask
I'd
again.
probably do a decent chunk of gold, and I have a lot of loot actually, but
Don't
you know,
walk away
this
from
guy
me.
never wins. Spoiler alert. If he won, the game would be over, and that's not gonna happen. So yeah, that was pretty easy. Well, I think I turned the difficulty all the way down to nothing to deal with the vampire. So I'll have to remember to turn that up at some point. But I'm recording this voiceover a few days after recording the footage, so it's not something I can do right this second in the game. So that's just my process right now. I am actually planning on doing some more live, not live streams, but more of a live video, because pretty soon I'm going to get my camera working, and I just this weekend finally updated everything. Well, not everything, but I updated my Windows 10 and all my drivers and stuff, because I was getting a blue screen problem, and this goes back like 6 months ago. I just didn't feel like dealing with it because I did update things and I was still getting it. And I still have to update all my mods and my Skyrim and Fallout apps, but they work the way it is now. I have it set to not update, so I don't have to do that right now. Oh, look, it's Mike the Liar. All right, this guy.
Mike wishes you well.
Oh, I love this guy. You just kind of randomly encounter him by the road, and he's a Khajiit who's up to shady stuff. I wish there was a little more to that character. I think he does get involved in a quest at some point, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. My knowledge of the lore of Skyrim is not that great. I've played this game for countless hours, but that was, 5-10 years ago, and while I have been playing it since then a lot, I'm doing more limited types of playthroughs like this one, where I only go to certain locations and do certain quests. So it's not that comprehensive, and there's some areas I honestly haven't gone to in years probably, except passing through. But there's also others that I'm way more familiar with. Like, I do have a playthrough based on Markarth that's going to be coming out pretty soon with an orc who does a lot of cool stuff there. So, that's stuff I'm more familiar with. Now, I haven't done, like, all the Daedra quests because I kind of like to have, like, my characters just do maybe one Daedra quest and that be sort of the focus of their character and stuff like that. But anyway, so I do think Mike is involved in something a little more than just running him to the road, but I can't quite remember what. All right, well, look, we have a fortress up here, and usually when you have these fortresses, they're populated by bandits. So let's see what we got here. I do see one up top, and we're gonna kind of just run right through, because as much as I would love to stay and fight and loot and get more stuff, we're still underpowered. Like I said, we didn't even level up something that would help us fight, and we don't have time. And like I also said, we're doing a role play, so I'm trying to get in this character's head. She's an alchemist. She's like a student. She just involved in this crazy stuff, and she wants to go and sell everything, and has some other activities. She's making sure they don't fire arrows at her and stuff. You know, I'm not the type. Let's say you're just playing a vanilla character and you're not really getting in their head. You might go loot that because you're trying to max out your gold and level up with fighting and stuff like that. So I'm definitely having a different approach, and you know, avoiding battles that my character would avoid. So of course, if they started shooting arrows at me and stuff, I might have to take them out, but they didn't. So, and here we go, another butterfly. So exciting. Now I really have another I had an alchemist character in mind for a few years. I worked a concept in my head that I never actually did. But what I pictured, now I'm playing on Xbox, so I can't do this on Xbox. This is a tough butterfly to catch. Oh, who's running past? So I just pictured myself with the free cam, and you can slow down time and just following a butterfly through, you know, wherever, and then our character catches it. So I'm picture a scene in my head that's a little more cinematic than me trying desperately to catch and missing like 10 times. But, you know, for this one, we're doing it on Xbox, and you know, it's more of just a standard let's play, but with a character where I'm just gonna let things happen, and I'm not gonna like make them more dramatic just for the video, you know. Look at all these butterflies. Wow. If I was not trying to follow this person and see what they're up to, I'm just curious, I would catch all of those butterflies. So, oh, and here we have some dead people on the road, so that's kind of scary. So I don't know why I decided to chase this person. It was just really intriguing. Like, are they running to something or from something? And I kind of want to see what they're up to. Oh, they stopped. Hello? What's up? What's got you all in a conundrum? Why are you running that way? All right, well, that's not the way we're going. No, we were still going the same way, so I guess that makes sense. So now we're going to go and see what's going on with this cart. Pick a few flowers on the way. Ooh, cotton. Alright, so, you know, might find a little gold here or some other loot, so it's pretty easy pickings. Let's see what we got. Oh, we have the journal. And now, of course, if you've played Skyrim, you've encountered this journal a million times, so we're not going to sit and read that real quick. You can always pause the menu if you feel like reading it. And we got the knapsack in the back. Oh, not much stuff, but at least a potion. And, oh, a nice ring we can loot. We can sell at the stores in Solitude. So let's make sure we're going in the right direction here. And got some lavender here. And a little more over there. Alright, so here's what you do with the alchemy ingredients. When you have two of them, you can eat one and see one of the properties available. Well, you could eat one even if you have one, but then you won't see what it does until the next time you pick it up. So I usually wait till I have two. And then what we can do then is combine the ingredients at a alchemy table and make some potions and kind of unlock the other aspects as well. It's just like a fun little mini game that you don't have to play if you play Skyrim, but for this character, and like I said, it's also good. It's really good if you're trying to max out your gold, especially early game. It's a great way to level up and get a lot of gold. If you look up the ingredients that make more valuable potions, you can get a lot of gold early game. So it's a great way to do that. If you're playing that style where you just want to not necessarily max out everything, but just get more powerful as quickly as possible, you know. You wouldn't think alchemy would do that, but it does, at least in terms of gold and leveling. Alright, so we got a few more there. And we're at Dragon Bridge, the famous bridge. That looks like a dragon. And this is just at the foot of Solitude, so like a little suburb. And now, if you did watch our my other series, Wolf the Worm, which is a voiced character roleplay, I do that completely in character.
Let me guess.
Oh.
Someone stole your sweet roll.
Well, nope. No sweet rolls for me. And I'm not even asking that guy for help. He's just behind me.
You're going to try and sell me something? Well, I ain't interested.
All right. Well, we were trying to sell her something. Actually, we're looking for a shop in this town.
Until next time.
So, you know, we have all this stuff, and we don't necessarily need to go up to Solitude to unload it if we find another vendor.
Mind yourself in our town.
All right. Well, we didn't have this conversation,
Farewell.
so sometimes they, you know, you're supposed to overhear them say something, and then you ask them about it, but we didn't actually hear them oversay that.
Fida's teaching me the innkeeper's trade. She runs the Four Shields.
Okay. And that's the inn right there, so. And we have a kid. So this town is relatively boring. It doesn't seem like there's even a shop here. But we'll go check down by, maybe there's a smith down here or something. Well, we don't need a room. It's daytime. We don't need to sleep here right now. Like, okay, so as I was saying, Wolf the Worm, he did a lot of stuff in this town because
working hard
the big
gives a man
quest
reason
in
for
Solitude
drinking hard.
kind of has
Well,
to do with
that
this.
and putting up with a wife like mine.
Oh, this guy's complaining about his wife. All right, well, that sounds
Her
like you're
name's
having some
Olga.
trouble.
If you've met her, then you probably already know what I'm talking about. I swear that woman is the most spiteful shrew in all of Skyrim. I think there's a chunk of ice where her heart ought to be.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, we don't really need to ask him about the bridge.
You look like you've seen your share of adventure.
Yeah, I just killed a master
It's
vampire
no
or
easy thing to make a
two.
living in the wilds of Skyrim.
No. Try picking flowers, though. You can combine them into potions and make a lot of money. Just my tip of the day for that lady.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Oh, yeah, be great. I'm sure this kid here would love it. Love being killed by a bandit. All right, sometimes you can cut wood
Seen
and
some
make some
mean-spirited
money.
folk pass through lately.
This guy
Thought I was
doesn't
rid of
seem
those
to bother.
sorts when I left Markarth.
Okay, well, here's the dialogue I was just talking about. So
Both the
here we
Imperials
go.
and Stormcloaks have sent riders this way, scouting the bridge and the
Oh,
lands
yeah,
nearby.
strategic
They stayed at the
spot
inn but
for
didn't
the
pay.
war.
They said soldiers don't need to pay because they're risking their
There we
lives to
go.
protect us. And that's not all. They took a heap of our lumber, and one tried to have his way with my
Oh,
daughter.
jeez.
They think they can do whatever they want.
Well, that's like a great little tidbit on
Of course.
what it's like in a
Every
small
night I pray
town.
that we don't get a visit from a
during
dragon
the
or
war.
that two armies don't show up to fight over the bridge. You ask if I'm worried. I'm terrified, if you want the truth of it. But I have to stay strong for my wife and children.
All right. Well, there's a little bit of
I
local
grew up an
flavor.
orphan on the streets of Markarth. I'd have died there too, but for the kindness of an old warrior named Logrolf the Bent.
Logrolf.
Logrolf rescued me and gave me enough money to get out of the city. I followed the Karth River north and came here. When I met Michelle, I knew this is where I belonged.
All right.
I suppose that's it, really.
Okay, great little
Good day.
little local flavor, like I said.
Fida's teaching me the innkeeper's trade.
All
She
right, we
runs
heard
the Four
that already.
Shields.
All right. Well, let's see if they have any anything to do in here. You know, sometimes the innkeepers will give you a quest to clear out some bandits, or
warm drinks and warm beds.
maybe a quest around town too. Just a little pit stop on our way
Fate
to
is the
Solitude.
name. I keep the inn.
Here we go. Well, I'm looking for work. You got
Here,
any leads?
take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
All right. Okay, well, Orphan's Tier. Well, we actually just
yeah,
did that in the Wolf the Worm playthrough. It's not the toughest battle at all, but it's really tough to find the place. It's like, oh, you got to go over a mountain to get to it. So, all right, she has nothing to say. So, this is like a nice little quiet town. There's not that much to do here. And that was just kind of a generic quest anyway, that like any innkeeper can give you that, I
Everything
think.
all right?
Or maybe just the ones in this area, but you could, I think you can also get it from Solitude or something, so. Not really specific to that particular inn. Alright, well, I was actually, I kind of forget which towns have vendors, and there's literally no vendor there. And there's the only vendor in Morthal, which is where we were, is the alchemist that we're studying with. So we have to make our way to the big city, Solitude, the big city up on the hill. And can we see it? Nah, not really. Alright, so nice quiet day. Now, we already were at Solitude, at least at the stables. This is where we started out. Though I could have, of course, fast traveled there, gone into the city. But I figure, you know, we have this time. Traveling gives you a little more time to talk about what's going on. So I kind of cut it out a little bit more in my voiced role plays. Or the ones I want to have a little quicker pace, but these, you know, this series, these are hour-long videos instead of 20-minute videos. So this is what I'm leaving in. You know, I might do a little fast traveling, especially going back to a place. But on the other hand,
concern you, citizen.
all right, well, I'm just walking around you, okay? Like, you're taking up the whole road here. So, you know, I like to, especially like a shorter distance like this, get out in the open air and see what happens, and it gives me time to like give a little more background details as we walk and talk, you know. So here we are, we're coming up to Solitude, and here is the cart, and I will also take the cart instead of fast traveling because it's something my character would do. So when we go back to Morthal, we'll take the cart, but unfortunately the cart never stays in Morthal, so you actually have to walk or fast travel back. So, you know, you could fast travel and be like, well, I called the Uber and he came and got me or whatever, but I don't know how you call the guy. Maybe with magic. I don't really know. Or maybe he could have just happened to have been there dropping someone else off. So you could always roleplay that if you want. All right, so here we go. We're looking at our quests. We have to go here. That Captain Aldous is there. So the other quest is all the way in Whiterun. So we might actually end up there. And Whiterun, of course, is where you usually the first town when you start and play the vanilla game. The first big major hold capital. So we'll probably end up there. I don't know that I'm going to do the main quest in this. I really don't have plans either way. But, so I might just do stuff around town and not really deal with advancing that. But we'll see. That'll be for another episode, of course. Because today we're going to Solitude. And, well, if you play this game or even if you watch the Wolf the Worm series, you know that there is a cutscene here. So that's kind of why I didn't actually go here when I first arrived, because I did arrive on the docks on a random start. So you would think I would have just gone into Solitude and start from there, but I decided to take the carriage over to Morthal, a nearby suburb, I guess you would call it, and where I knew dark things were going to happen, and I want to have like kind of a mysterious character. So, but here we go, ready for the big opening scene of Solitude. And, okay, well, this is what happens when you play on Xbox instead of on the PC with an SSD. I actually do have, like, loading screens that take a few minutes. Of course, I do actually have an SSD on my Xbox, but that's what I record the footage on, so I can't have the game and the footage on that. So, we're compromising there. Just a few extra seconds of black.
Traitor!
Okay, well, here we are in the middle of, like, the war. Big story.
You betrayed
That's
us.
part of the war.
Best she know now, Advar.
We're all hard of it.
Rogver, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torig. He beat the High King in fair combat.
All right.
Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim.
So he says it was a fair fight, not an assassination. And the guy accepted the challenge, so it's like a duel, you know, or whatever. And then he let him go, because he's like, well, it was a duel. It wasn't a crime.
On this day,
But I guess it was a crime, or it's war, so... Alright, here we go. Oh, yeah. Nice clean cut. And I love this guy, the Executioner. Again, watch Wolf the Worm series. He's one of my companions now. He's my buddy in that series, so we love that giant axe that he has in that series, so...
Some gate guard you were.
Alright, well, everyone's just standing around. It's kind of weird.
That's definitely going in my part of the Edda.
Oh, wow. So this is obviously a bard who
I think I expected
is going to
more.
sing about this someday, so... Alright, well, I think this quest is just a little bit stalled here. Oh, everyone's just slowly making their way out. Took a little
Shouldn't
extra.
It been like this.
Yeah, everyone's all horrified.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say.
Yeah, well, okay, so Solitude here, of course, is where the Imperials have their headquarters, and we're going to talk to him, one of the
Need something?
captains.
For me? From whom?
Alright, here's the letter from
Well
Gorm
now,
in Morthal.
that is something. Hand it over, please.
Okay, now what's really
no.
interesting about this
I
letter...
hadn't heard from Gorm for a while, so I'd hoped he'd given up his little
We
scheme.
didn't end up reading
The
it.
last time we discussed this issue was before the Standable War broke out. Things were different then.
Alright.
Now, what he's asking,
It's just
impossible.
Okay, so this is actually
Even
good
if it
news
worked,
for us.
The questions and accusations it would
This
cause...
is actually good news
well,
for us, because...
I'll take it under advisement. Thank you.
Alright, so we actually don't want him doing anything. Do we need to have this dialogue here? How goes
Their
the
aim
training?
could be steadier, but they're battle ready.
Alright, we're just asking about
Keep
the
my
training
men
of the
in your prayer.
troops. Just
They'll
making
need them
small
if they
talk.
don't shape up.
Alright, so what just happened there? We delivered a letter from Gorm. Now, if you remember Gorm back in Morthal, he's working with the Jarl, and everyone is real, or is it a Jarl? I don't even know. Yeah. Well, everyone's really skeptical of this woman because she brought Falion there. Now, Falion is the guy we're studying conjuration with, and
Yes.
everyone hates him, and they hate her for being magic. So she's basically the letter is basically asking this captain to help take her out and kill her, I think, and or at least just like go to the higher ups and like fire her and replace her with someone. So that doesn't necessarily help us at all. So
Shut the door.
we probably shouldn't have done that quest, honestly, if we were thinking about it, but we're also kind of up to no good ourselves, so maybe we're looking for a fight or something, and you know, I don't know.
Charming customer.
Oh, wow, this lady is so
let
sarcastic.
me just drop everything to help you.
All right, so,
I don't
of
mind.
course,
Really.
there's a few dialogue options
Let's
here
see if we
to
can't find an outfit
humor
that
her
suits you.
sarcasm, but we don't care. We just want to sell the stuff, you know? We're not buying into her, whatever. All right, so first we'll see what do we got. We have a ton of garbage here. It's not really worth anything. We're pretty happy with the brown hide. I definitely want a better cloak, but as far as these go, as the green, I'd take the brown. We have that silver ring that we found. Not worth that much. Now, I was thinking of saving that to enchant it later. That's why I stalled there for a second. Because jewelry is really good when you're learning enchanting and leveling that up. But the thing is, we're not at that point yet. We have to go get some soul gems and stuff like that. And we'll have plenty more trinkets by the time we do that. So not that big of a deal. Tons of Hey, you want some vampire boots? The latest fashion in town. Everyone's going to be walking around with vampire boots after we leave the shop. That would be actually a really funny mod if somehow they connected the things you sell at a vendor, and then later you would see the NPCs around town wearing those outfits. I think that would be an incredible mod, or even part of like the base game of the next Elder Scrolls game. You know, just for a laugh. You know,
I've
you
seen
sell
some
all this
truly
vampire
wondrous
armor,
sights
and
since I took to
you
the
just see a
seas.
random guy
I
wearing
had
it
no
around
idea a man
town.
could die in so many ways.
Okay, well, who cares?
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed.
Oh yeah.
And my working days
This
are
guy owes a gambling debt or something that we went and settled in the Wolf the Worm series. So yeah, this is one of the things about doing multiple series like this, which I think I'm doing a good job of like I don't want to do the same quest in all my playthroughs. So we're not going to talk to some of these
Welcome to
people
Bits
in
and
detail
Pieces.
because I just did
I'm
it
sure
in
you'll
another
find what you
series.
need here.
And we're actually not going to center this character in Solitude that much. We're just here now. So, you know, I don't want to get involved in like every quest in town because
Kieran
that'll
said you
take
got
me
here
10
just
hours
before
of the
the
series, you know.
execution. Must have been a lovely first sight.
All right, well, who's Beerand?
Baron's my husband. He works the forge up at Castle Dower. I barely see him nowadays, what with him filling orders for
We
the
love
army.
that guy. All my characters love that guy. Were you there?
No, that was an ugly affair. High King Torig's death has turned the whole town on its head. Between you and me, he wasn't even that good a king. All of those rambling speeches about the Empire this,
All
and
right.
the Empire
I love
that.
this. I love that quote. I mean, just
Take
a
a
little,
look.
a little extra flavor in there. Not everyone was as happy with the guy as the people, the rabble, would make you think. You know. So, all right. Well, look at this. That's a nice backpack. Well, we'll be able to make those or find them on corpses. Man, this is why I love mods and why I'm still playing Skyrim 10 years later. Those backpacks look so good, man. I love the cloaks, the backpacks, and I don't know that I could play without them. And again, this is on Xbox, guys. I mean, you know, they don't have all the mods, and they don't have some of the more complicated stuff, but wow, it's kind of cool to be playing on console and have these fur cloaks and backpacks and the bandoliers, too. And also, of course, the travel lantern. This is one of the most essential mods if you're like me and you have trouble seeing in the dark. I know a lot of people on PC, they use those EMBs and make everything extra dark because everyone likes their skill challenged and stuff like that. Not me, man. First of all, I'm getting old and I gotta wear reading glasses, at least on my PC. That's one of the other reasons I like playing on console, to be honest. I don't have to wear my glasses. I can sit back a little, relax a little more. But at any rate, you know, I don't like it extra dark. I like to be able to see in the dungeons. So instead of holding a torch in my left hand and trying to fight that way, I like the travel lantern because, you know, if you've ever played Fallout, of course, you have the Pip-Boy. It's always there. You can turn it on whenever you want. And I'm not the stealthiest guy, so I don't really care about that aspect of them seeing me. Alright, so we're going to dump a lot of this stuff. Look at all that armor we picked up. This is great. We're going to definitely keep the potions. Now, we will be selling a lot of potions in this game. When you combine the potions, sometimes they have like multiple effects and stuff, and they're not really that useful to use, but they are worth a lot of money at that point. So, probably keep all the ingredients. Do we have anything? We'll drink all that. So we're just going to keep the potions we'll use. Like, they'll be like, you know, potions to help your shield and stuff like that, blocking, and we're not going to use that, you know. All right, so let's go through. So, all right, what I decided to do, again, in the name of immersion and roleplay, is we're going to go see her husband now. Like, this lady doesn't... She'll buy all the weapons, but she'll probably just give them over to her husband to sell anyway, we figure, you know. So we're going to go see him and sell all the weapons to the blacksmith instead of at this general store, which will take anything at the general store. So there's different shops, and some are more limited in what they will buy or sell, which I love that aspect of this game.
Weapons forgiven.
I feel like in Fallout, at least some of the Fallout games, you know, they'll take everything. So it feels more immersive. If this guy buys, you know, the stuff
almost
that
all I have
he would
time
make,
for these days.
the clothes store doesn't buy
The men
food,
training
you know,
here
things
in
like that.
Solitude, and the troops out in the field. They all need weapons and
All right.
armor.
So this guy's making
You
it for the
should
whole
look
army.
into joining. They could use every hand they can get.
All right, we are not getting involved in the war, probably.
To be honest, no. But High King Torig supported them. And now
He doesn't
her
carry
lady
them.
Elisif has thrown in with
But
them.
he liked the king,
You
even
could
though...
say I'm a king's man at heart. I guess that's
All right,
Jarl's man
Jarl's
now.
man. So yeah, he liked
My
the king,
loyalty
but
lies with
his
Solitude.
wife didn't.
So, where Jarl Elisif leads,
But I think his
I
wife
follow.
likes the new Jarl, who is the wife. I don't
looking
think she
to protect
supports
yourself
the Stormcloaks or
or
anything.
deal some damage.
we're looking to make some gold, but I'll check out what you got just in case. Nothing good. I mean, we could use a steel sword. I actually think I have one, but I bought one anyway. I kind of messed up there. But remember when the guy the other day laughed at... Look, I already had two. I didn't even realize it. But remember when the guy was like, oh, you're using an iron sword? You better visit a blacksmith. And I'm like, well, there's no blacksmith in Morthal. So here we are at the blacksmith. And we are buying a steel sword, even though I did actually have two. So we can just say, like, maybe the ones we had were, like, beaten up from use, and we wanted a fresh new one from this guy, you know, who's making his stuff for the army or whatever. And it's just, even though it's not better stats or quality, in my head, that actually makes a lot more sense that she would do that. So, you know, instead of picking up an old beat-up sword off of a corpse, she'll sell those. Then this guy can, like, clean those up a little bit. We just bought, like, a brand new one for him, from him. So I think that works, actually. Alright, so, I'm going to put this travel lantern on. Actually, first what I'm going to do is try on this fur armor. Because I want to just pick what her armor is like, you know, that she kind of already is going to wear if she doesn't want to be a vampire. Alright, well, that's a little too revealing for her. That one's nice. So, yeah, I mean, I like the vampire armor, but like I said, she's not a vampire, and she's just wearing that to, like, kind of intimidate people. So we're going to hold on to this armor and sell the other one.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what? Take a look.
Alright, so let's see. And, alright, there we go. And we don't need a shield either. So we have a pretty lean loadout here. Not that great stuff yet, but what we'll do is we're going to study enchanting, and we'll enchant everything. So we might even keep this armor for a while. So that looks pretty good on her. She still kind of looks kind of menacing with the hood on. And that her face, I like the face. It's like definitely mysterious to me. Alright, so here we go, the travel lantern. But I am going to put the vampire armor back on for now. I just wanted to have something else in case she wanted to wear it at any point for whatever reason. Alright, so the one thing I have to do is, oh yeah, I was on it already. Campfire. Whoa, we got to go camp too. Alright. So yeah, like I said, this is one of the best mods. It just gives you a light that you carry around, but it's very useful. I like it on the front instead of the back because, well, I'm wearing a cloak for one reason, so it doesn't look that great on the back with the cloak. Alright, so now, okay, so this will turn it off while sneaking, which I actually don't like because it just turns it off and on too much sometimes. So I don't mind if it's on while I'm sneaking. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a sneaky character, and I do sneak, and because it'll give you the indicator whether someone sees you or not, or they're there, and it's a little more immersive too. But
weapons forgiven,
I don't really care about that aspect. Hey, look at that! It looks so nice. I would say that's definitely in probably my top 5 mods, to be honest. I might forget to list it sometimes, but I don't want to live without that one.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
Alright.
I'm afraid I'm running errands at the moment.
Alright.
Please visit me later at the Temple of the Divines.
Oh, okay. This guy's a scholar. So we're intrigued by that. I mean, like I said, we're into the spiritual world. We're, you know, like, we're studying conjuration, which is one of the most twisted forms because, well, you can conjure beings of light out of nowhere or whatever they are. You can also raise the dead and creepy stuff like that. Well, there's necromancy, which is part of it. So I'm not actually sure if we're a necromancer yet or just a, you know, normal conjurer, but we'll see. Alright, so, well, here's the little shops. Let's see what these people have to do. We're just gonna talk to the fishmonger. Oh, I saw you at the execution.
It's been hard on her.
He had the little kid.
The girl misses her uncle.
Oh,
I've tried to explain that Arthur did something bad, and that we all have to be accountable for our actions.
Yeah,
but the child feels what she will.
All right. Well, she's going to be a storm
down at the
someday.
docks. There are a few good spots if you can avoid the East Empire Company workers and those red wave
That's where we
thugs.
came in at the very beginning of the series.
See for yourself.
Alright, let's see what this guy's got. Maybe we'll get some breakfast here or something. Oh, Argonium. Look at that. We love wine. But that would take most of our gold right now. Oh no, not most. I was looking at his gold. But that's still a huge chunk of gold, so we're not going to buy the fancy wine, but maybe someday we'll be rich enough to be drinking the Argonian stuff on a regular basis. Let's make that a goal of this series, honestly. That this lady is just going to level up, where she's going to be slightly rich from selling her potions, and she'll be just down in the Argonian wine. Speaking of wine, we have a wine vendor over here, and we're loving this. Oh wait, I'm sorry, what did you just say? Tune? Spiced wine? Everyone's talking to me at once here, trying to sell me something.
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you?
Well, I know where the docks are because I came from there.
Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it.
Okay. Well, yeah, why not? I'll help you. Probably get some wine out of it, right?
Great. Get back to me when you're done, and I'll give you something for your time.
There we go. All right. So, what is up with this stuff?
Oh, yes. A secret family recipe. The only good thing my father Octave ever did. In fact, it's so good, no one else in Skyrim even tries to
well,
make
here we
any.
go. We found the good stuff here.
Adequate.
And it's probably not
Honestly,
as expensive.
I rely on the business brought in by the burning of King Olaf, and that's not likely to happen this year.
Oh, okay. That is
It's a great big festival put on by the bards every year.
Quest,
They burn an effigy of old King Olaf. It's quite a bit of fun. The bards give out spiced wine during the festival, so they put it in a big order. And then, for weeks after, demand is so high, I can barely keep up.
Wow.
But with the death of High King Torig, the festival has been declared in poor taste. So it looks like it won't happen this year.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you got?
Good luck out there.
We're not
Seems like a tough time to be wandering Skyrim.
Well, we were going to buy something from her, but now we figure we'll run this errand for her, and then we'll buy it later. Or hopefully she'll give us some to try out. So that was an interesting conversation, because now, like I said, we've established that this woman is a wine drinker, right?
Wanderer like you needs a little fire in the veins.
And so
some spiced wine.
The way that this quest, like she normally wouldn't join the Bard's College, probably. I don't know. Something else would have to happen to make her want to be a bard. But since she loves wine so much, maybe she will end up helping this woman out, get her business back by doing the whole Bard's College thing, which ends in this huge party, basically, where they all drink the wine that she was just described. So, all right, well, we have another level up here, so, sneak would be good, but we're going to go for the old one-handed. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't really do anything that, helps me in combat or anything. But the reason I did that, like I've said, I kind of like to keep my level ups. Maybe didn't say that on this playthrough, but I kind of like to keep them related to something I just did. So since I just sold stuff to the armor and I just bought a new sword, to me it makes sense that she would level up the one-handed. Like maybe the conversation she had with that guy, she gained some knowledge. He gave her a few tips or something. So it's just a more immersive way to look at the leveling up of the perk tree to me personally. So
if you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink.
Well, we're not, and we're not doing your quest. I actually also look at these. I did that with a wolf actually. Look at these. Wow, butterflies are nice. Look at this. At night we have the lunar moths, which glow. So that is a really nice alchemy ingredient. And I'm not sure exactly, but you would think that would be in some valuable potions, right? Look at that, because it's a little more rare, and that makes damage magicka. So damage magicka is not exactly a potion I'm going to use in that much. So I'll probably end up selling anything made with that. Because, I mean, it might be fun. You're fighting some wizard, you put some of that on your blade, and then he can't use his spells for a little bit or something, but usually I'm a little more in the moment of fights to be thinking about stuff like that. So just put the basic poisons on there usually or something. But who knows? I'm not sure how advanced we're going to get with the alchemy. I would really like to make it a goal in this series to level up the alchemy tree all the way to the top and probably enchanting as well, because this is not the vanilla perk system. So what they have is called the Ordinator perks, an incredible mod, one of the core mods that everyone uses when they're doing a modded playthrough. Oh, and we have some more glowing stuff over here. So I don't know, you know, what the higher level stuff is actually on most of them, because I haven't played a ton. I like lower levels a little better, character creation, and I definitely haven't leveled up alchemy all the way up there. So there's some cool stuff that's more unique than the normal perk tree that takes you in interesting directions. So that is definitely a goal of this series, is to level alchemy up all the way to the top, as well as conjuration and enchanting too. So those are the three. And hey, maybe even one-handed too. We'll see about that. Alright, so we're not ready to head back to Morthal just yet for more training. No, we're basically, our goal here with this character in this scene is just to make a lot of coin and then head back to Morthal to take a few lessons in alchemy and enchanting. And I feel like that's going to be my routine through this entire game. Is just go out, make coin, make enough for like at least 2 lessons, hopefully it's 5 or 10 lessons, so we can do 5 with each of them. But, you know, at least 1 lesson from each of them, and then go back out and do some more stuff. So I think that's going to be a really nice base for this character. And do we have to go up here or down there? Well, we actually did have to go down there, but since it's nighttime, the person we're looking for is heading home or something, so we're chasing her down before she gets there. She's up ahead. You can see the quest marker, but we're running after her because I don't want to have to break into her house when she gets there, unlock the door or whatever.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm planning my wedding, you see. So many details to work out.
Oh, a wedding. Huh, okay.
Some say I got my position because my cousin is the emperor.
Oh,
Nonsense.
she's royalty.
The man's given me nothing. He can't
Okay.
even be bothered to attend my
Oh,
wedding.
jeez. Wow, okay. Well, anyway, what's up with the spices? Lady in the market needs them.
If she wants to pay the 2,000 gold tariff...
2,000?
then
No
we'll be
wonder
all
she
set.
hasn't gotten them. That seems a little unfair. She can't afford that. Come on. How's she gonna pay for that and make any money?
That's not my problem.
It is your problem. You're stealing it from her. Okay, well, that's not good. That didn't...
That's not my problem.
Okay. I guess...
I
What's
really
the other
need to get
option?
back to planning my wedding.
Alright, no. I'm not letting this quest
Good
hang.
business for the East Empire Company means all the more
I
gold
thought
for
I
the
could talk her
Empire.
into something or give me more options,
Yes.
but...
If she wants to pay the 2,000 gold tariff, then we'll be all set.
Okay. I guess,
That would be acceptable.
Here,
You
I'll
can tell
lowball
Yvette
her.
San her shipment will be brought up to Solitude
73
shortly.
gold. That's a big range there, from 2,000 down to 73, but we did it. Look at that. All right, and we got some purple mountain flower in the bonus process. I actually I'm really happy doing an alchemy playthrough because, I don't know, it's just fun collecting things, and there's flowers everywhere, so there's also a lot of more unique stuff and valuable stuff out there besides these blue mountain flowers and stuff like that, which are the most common ingredients. I'll end up having like 100 of those or something and not really need that many, so probably not going to end up picking all of those that we see. But for now, we don't have a lot of stuff, and those are good as like an extra thing to like test out various ingredients, so like a filler item. All right, just the bell in the background. It's really weird not playing with the music, but I don't want to get a copyright strike on my channel. Well, they don't really make you take the videos down, I think. They'll just like demonetize, and I'm obviously not making any money from these yet, but I ended up turning it off. I actually did get a copyright strike on, I think, one of the Wolf the Worm episodes where I forgot to turn the sound off on the music, but it was weird. It was there one day and then just gone the next day, the copyright notice. So I guess maybe it automatically found it, and then they're like, oh, it's just the Skyrim theme song, don't worry about it, or something. I don't know. I didn't even get an email about it. It was just like on my list, it said, there's on the chart, there's like a column for it. And seems okay for now. Alright, so we kind of want to head back to Morthal, but what we have to do now is turn in this quest, and it's nighttime, so kind of debating what to do. Like, maybe we could go back to Morthal and then see her next time we're here, but I decided I want to do it all at once. So got the dual moons over there, the other one's on the other side. Gotta love the sky in Skyrim. Looks really good. And again, this is a 10-year-old game. I still think it looks great. I mean, the newer games have a little better like lighting and more detail in the textures. Of course, you can get mods for that for Skyrim that make it look really good on PC. And I think I might have, I do have a graphics pack on here too, so I'm not sure exactly what that does, but looks good to me, man. I love the look of this series. All right, well, it's getting late out already, so I don't know how that happened, but I guess we're good. This guy's been out drinking all night. Got the crickets. Oh, look at that. Oh, I didn't get it. Can I get it? It went over my head.
not so bad. Dada
All right,
keeps
there we
me
go.
fed, and my working days are done.
All right, so should we go in the inn? What time is it? Or let's eat. Oh, we already ate that. Let's eat the torch bug. We got 2 of them now. All right. Oh, and we have salt. Basic salt. Now, salt is also good as an ingredient for making food in the game, which is a really fun thing to do with mods. There's tons of ingredients and recipes you can add, and a lot of the basic ones require salt. So even if you're just cooking a meat dish or whatever, you gotta put salt in it. So nightshade. Now that is a deadly, scary plant. Look at that. It even looks scary. All right, what else do we got? I guess that's it. So you see it does like a little damage, but if you remember when we turned invisible for like a split second the other day, it's not going to do too much damage.
That don't make me too old to drink.
But sometimes if you have like 10 or 20 ingredients and there's a lot of damage ones, you will see your health bar go down just a little bit afterwards, but it's not that bad. Okay, so we're back here at the inn in Solitude, and I spent a lot of time here as the Wolf the Worm character. We picked up Belrand here, the great companion that you can get in the game. But we're not going to do any of that with this character. I'm not sure if we're going to sleep here or just hang out for the day in the bar.
Seems there's always more to be done.
There's a lot of people here. Let's just listen to the bard play her flute for a minute. Hey,
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
We have, actually.
Maybe
It's only episode 3, but we've had a lot of
Two
adventures.
women, the dusty road,
right.
strapping men at every tavern, a fortune in gold to be claimed.
All right, let's go. Now that is intriguing, but I guess she wasn't really offering.
What can I do for you?
And the bar is packed today. There's barely a seat around. All right, remember
Hello,
her.
I'm Gisley, but you can just call me Erica's sister. Everyone
I've only
does.
been a part of the Red Wave's crew for a few weeks.
Oh, this guy's a
I
sailor.
already learned to stay out of Captain
I'm
Suck.
just saying hi to everyone in the bar.
My father was all the... I've seen some truly wondrous sights since I took to
Okay.
the seas.
Welcome to
Oh,
the
No
she's
idea
another
a man
sailor.
could die in so
or
many
at least
ways.
my brother Erica's world.
All right. No one has anything much to say to us except their generic comments there.
Spare some gold for a veteran?
You were there for Rogvir's execution.
All right.
Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his dam's insurrections.
Oh, she don't like those storm
She wouldn't have to
clouds.
be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir.
All right.
And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter.
Yeah, a little personal bit of info.
You really don't know?
No.
He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape Solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out.
Ah, he was the guard. All right.
Most people head over to the Winking Skeever.
Well,
If you're not interested
well,
in
we're here
music or
already.
drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the
So
latest
this is how they
gossip.
take their mind off. They all get drunk. So that's
You
why it's so
see
packed
places
tonight.
To go, huh? later.
Like, maybe these people aren't always here, or maybe they are.
I once
but
captained a ship called the
they have
Argent
extra
Raptor.
reason to drink tonight.
She struck an iceberg
Because one
and
of their
went down
own
just north of Windhelm.
Glad you decided to check us
True,
out.
I may
Has
look the
betrayed
part
them.
of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the
There's a
art
lot
of
of
wit
noise in
to
here.
that of warfare.
Alright, let's see what the bartender has. He's not even at the bar. He's like sitting down.
Papa says I
Welcome
want
to the
some
Winking
raspberry,
Skeever, friend.
but he wouldn't tell me why
Alright.
not.
Alright, what do you got? Alright, we'll ask him a little flavor, maybe.
I think the Bard's College might be looking for recruits. You should speak to the head of the college via
Well, like I said, we're not interested in being a bard, but we might end up doing that just to help the wine
Drink
lady,
for the thirsty,
wine lady
food
out.
for the hungry.
Alright, let's buy something here. Pass some time. I guess we'll get the basic wine, maybe? Yeah, regular old wine. Alright, sounds good. Want some food? Nah. We got ingredients, just salt.
Remember the Winking Skeever
My
next
papa
time you're
says
foot
I'm
sore.
So there's really no purpose
Just like him.
served in drinking
War
wine,
follows a man smart. until it's
except it
done.
gives a
But my
little
brother says
flavor.
he's wrong.
This girl's up pretty late, sweeping the bar with all the drunks around. Now let's listen to the sounds of the bard. Sit with this lady.
Someday, I'll be a gallant heroine.
Oh, we can't sit
you
there.
make it look so appealing.
I want to sit with this lady. She's pretty into us, but won't let us sit in that chair. It's pushed in too far, I guess. Well, we'll just stand here talking to her and then drink some wine. We have a nice stash of wine. We didn't really need to buy it, but of course, you know, want to give the bar some business when we walk in, I guess. All right. Now, here's an interesting thing I didn't mention. The lady we just met at the docks to pay off, you know, she mentioned that she is related to the Emperor, and she actually is a key figure in the Assassin's Guild quest. I mean, this is something you know if you've ever played this game. You know, you basically have to assassinate her as a big part of that quest. So, to me, that is the perfect foreshadowing for this character, who's some sort of dark, mysterious woman who's making poisons and bringing people back from the dead and stuff like that. And so, that is like a huge foreshadowing that we're going to join the Assassin's Guild. I'm telling you right now. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing it, but to me, that story is sort of fallen into place just by the fact that we had to encounter her so early in the playthrough. And we're taking a fondness to this lady. She's given us a bunch of compliments. And you never know, right? It's a bar. It's late at night. Seems like everyone's leaving though, so I guess it's morning. We stayed up all night drinking. Oh, look at this shady guy in the corner. I wonder what you're up to. What's up, guy? What are you doing?
I have no business with you.
Right,
Leave me.
Well, nothing there. Well, what we know from playing the game previously, that guy's like a fence for the Thieves Guild. I might end up joining the Thieves Guild too. I don't know. That's a little shady too. Now this lady, I don't know what her deal is exactly. So maybe she won't join the Thieves Guild, but she's up to something dark and mysterious. That's really all we know, and there's really no reason
You
to
were there for Rogvir's
get in the
execution.
details. I didn't
People
mean,
to see
didn't
and
mean
places to
talk
go,
her.
huh? Later then.
All right. Nice little music to end the night. Look at that. All right, so now hopefully the market is open in the morning and we'll be able to turn in this quest. And maybe get a little more wine out of the deal, right? All right.
You should
So
see
here's the
when
thing.
you get bored, stranger.
When I... Oh, okay. We don't want- What's this lady up to?
The Divines say.
If you need
Oh, the
potions,
divines.
head over to Angeline's aromatic.
So I'm not sure if we'll get involved with the good divines or the bad ones or the Daedrics or whatever, but we'll see. Okay,
May
so
the
one thing
divines guide
about
and keep
when
you.
I play a oh, that's not even open yet. All right. Oh, I might have to wait a little longer. Let's see over here. Are they here? I think they're here. So yeah, well, I guess this opens before the normal stores. So anyway, you know, in a normal playthrough, I would say I don't go over to this area that much. Like,
spice
why
wine
would I
for
buy
you?
wine
It's a family
if I'm
recipe.
just, you know, not doing
Wanderer
like a
like you
roleplay
needs a little
like
fire
this?
in the veins. Some spiced
Except to
wine?
get a quest and then, you know, I don't know.
Thank you
now,
so much.
You know, we're
I
establishing
swear
like
it's
a
fight with
friendship
him
with this
every
woman.
shipment. Here's something for your
All
troubles.
right, let's see what we get. We got 2 spiced wine and 25 gold. All right, well, we kind of maybe broke even on that one because we did have to pay her a lot. She should have given us more like 100 gold for that to cover the bribe we had to give. But let's see what we got. How much is this even worth? 7. It's pretty cheap. So we actually lost money on that, but we gained some goodwill, and we have a new wine vendor, so we're going to be going there a lot when we come back here.
You look like you could do with a ripe apple, or a tomato, cabbage, or leek.
All right, how do you get all this stuff here?
I have my ways, but it's
I'm like
not easy
standing
these
on the
days.
tomatoes here.
The Black Blood Marauders have been plundering ships off the coast.
Okay.
A lot of people been hurt by their foolishness.
Spiced wine.
Okay, we'll look into that. Oh, that's not even a quest, huh?
I had a messenger from Dragon Bridge stop here on his way to the Blue Palace not too long ago.
You have an interesting
He
person
was
right
very
now, too.
nervous. Mentioned something about needing help.
Okay. That's the big quest that I was talking about earlier.
Take a look.
I was just trying to guide you to that quest. All right, let's see if we buy some food here. Nothing too good, actually. Oh, we got some garlic, though, so we can use that as an ingredient in alchemy also, as well as cooking.
Come back when you figure out how to spend money.
All right, well, sorry I only bought some garlic, but it's going to help me. I'm an alchemist. and I'm
Yet
not
another
hungry.
new face.
Oh, who's
I'm
this
from
guy?
Hammerfell, you see. I can hardly keep track of all the people I've been meeting.
Okay.
Spiced wine.
Aye, but I'll be here in solitude for longer still. Fiata's skill as a Fletcher drew me to this place. I wanted to learn. And there is still much of Skyrim I wish to see. I hear there is a city, Windhelm, that is nearly white with...
wow.
What do you call it?
What is it?
Yeah, snow.
Oh, snow.
And far to the west lies a ruin, Volskag. Inside there's said to be a wall, black as night, and it speaks in the ancient dragon tongue.
That, of course, is part of the main quest.
There are wonders in
we
this
might not
place
even
I
do
never
in this
dreamed
one.
imaginable.
All right.
Where the dragon attacked. We've heard rumors of death and fire from the skies, but no real news.
All right. Well, that's about it.
Then we should soon be selling arrows by the bushel. A sword is no good
Well,
against
thanks
a
for
dragon.
joining us. We're going to end the episode here. This is a nice episode of
Good to talk to
shopping
a
and
fellow
selling
traveler.
stuff and helping out the vendors. So we'll be back next time where we will do a little more traveling, and we'll see where we end up. Again, thanks for joining us. We got videos every day, Fallout, Skyrim, and a few other games coming soon. So take care, and we will see you next time.